The music game is changing. Time for indie artists to take control. Join me on the sofa with Esther, where I will be talking to Sunny Basra, CEO of Soundrig. Time not only to take control, but to get paid for what you're worth.
Hey music lovers! Do you ever get tired of hearing the same old stuff on the radio or watching the same artists online? Are you looking for fresh, new sounds? Well, I've got great news for you. There is a revolutionary new platform that connects you with the best independent, upcoming, and undiscovered musical talent from all over the world. We're talking about artists who are brave, breaking the mold, and creating truly unique music experiences, especially for you. Soundrig is more than just a platform for music distribution. It's a community of artists and fans who are passionate about creating, collaborating, and sharing. Simply by supporting artists through music on Soundrig, you'll get access to exclusive content, discounted event tickets, unique artist-created merchandise, and much more that you won't find anywhere else. Actual, real benefits. And the best part, you get to decide who the next big star will be. No more label executives curating the charts and telling us what to listen to. With Soundrig, the power is in your hands. Let the fans decide. But Soundrig isn't just about enjoying great music. It's also about making a positive impact on the world. By supporting independent artists from all over the world, Soundrig is helping to create a more diverse and inclusive music industry. On Soundrig, you can discover artists from around the world for free. Then when you fall in love, buy their exclusive tunes and the artists get paid instantly. So what are you waiting for? Support the Soundrig mission today and experience the music industry like never before.
I love Soundrig because it's a global platform for artists all around the world, helps us raise funds where we get the majority of the funds raised and we get paid instantly, which is unheard of in the music industry right now.
Yo, what's going on? It's Fine here. To all the artists and producers out there, I want to suggest you lock in with Soundrig. It's easy to use, you get paid on time, you can create your own exclusive content for your fan base. It's a win-win. Get involved ASAP.
Hey, so I have got to talk to you about Soundrig. It is an amazing new platform for artists from around the world to express and share creativity. I love it, but more than that, it is larger than just music distribution, because when you support an artist, you can get access to exclusive content and discounted event tickets. Soundrig is a place to freely enjoy every part of musical life from all around the world, and it's a community that I highly recommend that you join now.
Ole Bile, I'm Mr. Bula from Golden Family. I'm living in Kakuma refugee camp in Kenya. Soundrig is an amazing platform that is creating really opportunities for music artists in Africa, like us who have very few chance to reach a global audience. We can now take our music to the next level. Thank you for helping us to create our own studio here so we can do what we love and make music. Thank you.
Morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are across the globe. Welcome to On the Sofa with Esther. Well, today, the subject of my interview is going to be a little different. I'm going to be talking to Sunny Basra, and he's going to be talking about a product that he has on the market that's going to change the lives of indie artists. It's going to put back the control into the hands of indie artists. So welcome, Sunny.
Hello, good morning, Esther. Nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, Sunny, I always like to ask my guests before we go any further the rather boring question: who is Sunny in a nutshell, in a peanut shell, or a crab shell?
Right, Sunny is basically a person who has big dreams and big ideas, and is big on personal relationships and elevating people. So, people is my gig, and building relationships with them is what I love to do. And then going beyond that, I want to see them succeed. I've come from nothing, and so I know what it feels like to have nothing. So to elevate people to a level where they can, really reach their full potential is what I'm all about. That's what gets me going, basically.
Excellent, excellent. I know I've sort of worked briefly with you, and I see that. I see your passion around that, which is really, it's infectious as well, because when you've got someone around you who has that energy and that drive, then it's, you know, it has to rub off on you on some level. Right. So for the purpose of this interview, we're going to be talking about an incredible product that you are, if I may say, bringing to market. That's really going to change the lives of a lot of indie artists. I mean, I'm a music lover like yourself, and there's so many great, you know, there's so many great things out there, but oftentimes a lot of the artists aren't getting their kudos or their flowers. So you've got a product called Soundrig. So just tell us a little bit about why you developed that and what is Soundrig, Sunny?
Absolutely. Right. So the idea originally came in 2011, and I'm from a town called Bedford, which is only an hour north of London. And it's just a huge music community, loads of underground artists, different genres, bands, rock bands, you know, UK hip hop, garage, whatever, right? Everything. And in 2011, I'm a music lover, but I'm not musically gifted myself, but I do appreciate it.
Forgive you, it's okay.
And what I found, what I saw back then was that, and it hasn't changed till this day, is that they weren't really getting anywhere. They were hugely talented, but because they weren't seen to be marketable, maybe they didn't have the right look or the right connections, they just weren't getting anywhere. So we came up with this idea called Soundrig, and I got the idea from oil rigs, because, you know, like with oil rigs, they extract raw material from the underground, right? They take it to a platform, it's refined, and then distribute to the world. So I thought, what if we could do that with talent? What if we could extract raw talent from the underground, give it a platform where they can refine their product and turn it into something cool, and then distribute it to the world? So we created this, and we made a mock-up of it on the iPhone 4. That's how old it is, like way back then. And we took it to some music people and investors, and the music people were like, well, this is kind of stepping on toes. They weren't interested. And the investors were like, okay, awesome, great idea. How does it work? And we're like, we don't know yet. That's why we need the money. But like, you know, due to ignorance, I guess, and inexperience, we just thought, oh, somebody with an awesome idea, you get money from investors. It didn't work like that. But also we didn't know that it would take a group of geniuses to come up with what we call the blockchain today. And so I had to wait 11 years. So I put it on the back burner. I never let it go. And I just kept it simmering. And then when COVID happened, I was in a Korean hospitality. I was a 5-star concierge, and I was loving it. So much fun. So I didn't see myself changing from that, but maybe it was a blessing in disguise from the universe. I don't know. But because I had to stop and we were on furlough, I was like, well, so what do I do now? Because I felt like there was a pivot coming in the career, because I didn't see myself going back. And all the chips started falling into place, right? So all the pieces of the puzzle, because the technology that was missing in 2011 didn't even exist. And it started coming to maturity with the capabilities of like smart contracts, NFTs and stuff like that. So all of that came into place. So what I realized was, okay, before I only had the idea, I didn't have the team, I didn't have the tech. Then the tech was in place. I was like, now I need a team. So I managed to get myself into the tech world by basically doing free work. I found myself as a 37-year-old intern. Can you believe it? It felt so weird, but I was basically doing intern jobs.
You're never too young to learn, right? Never too old.
Apparently not, evidently not. But it worked. So I managed to do copywriting, which is my other passion, writing, right? So I did, you know, white papers, which is like a technical paper for tech startup, pitch decks, you know, blogging, stuff like that. And then I did some copy for them, and that gave me the route into the tech company. And then I pitched the idea as part of an interview, actually, with one tech company, and they were gracious enough to build the website for free, just the first version, because they believed in the idea. And so here we are today. Right. So sorry for the long answer there, but
no, good, because it shows your tenacity and it shows your innovativeness.
Yeah, innovative. Yeah.
And what I'm hearing is you started off here, and then you went here to get there. So no, this is all good. This is all good.
Yeah, and also the backstory helps, right, in terms of why it exists. So Soundrig now, we have the MVP, which is the minimum viable product. So it's just the phase 1, and it was just to prove that the tech works, that the concept works. and that people are interested, and it has. So we started in August last year, and the idea is that we are going to focus on the millions of people that the music industry does not focus on. In fact, they completely ignore, right? And they overlook them and they're just put to the side. And what these are hugely talented people who have their own flavors, their own style of doing things. They don't want to venture from that, but they do need their music sold and they need to get on a global platform, right? Yeah. So why would we focus on what the whole industry focuses on, which is a small group of people who have got all the market, where you've got millions of people who have very little influence or any exposure to it, but there's more of them. So we thought, okay, so what we start something like a starting off platform so that people can kind of get their flavor, get the music out and see if it's liked, right? Also, at the same time, people need money to survive, just let alone do your passion. You just need to put food on the table, right? So with the strengths of blockchain technology, I know people are afraid of blockchain and like Web3 and, you know, NFT. They just don't understand it. They just want to make music. So what we've done is very cool. We're basically making the technology that delivers these tools to them invisible. So for them, it's just like going on to like logging onto iTunes, creating an account, and then selling your music, right? So we take the tech away from them so they don't have to worry about that, and they can just focus on the music. But what the tech enables, and that people need to understand this, is that you don't get paid instantly through a label or through streaming or anything like that. But if you sell your music as NFTs, and remember, NFTs are just a delivery vehicle, it's not just the end thing. You will get paid instantly. You will literally help you set up an account and you sell your music on NFTs. We help deliver that to the people who want it. And what happens is, because it's at the speed of the internet, as soon as somebody buys we calling them tunes, not NFTs. Like I said, it's just the technology. The product is tunes. And what tunes are multimedia music experiences. And again, I'll explain what it is, because the idea came from 2011 again. And what was really popular back then were DVDs, right?
DVDs?
Yeah, exactly.
Siri, DVD.
That's what probably most of the youth are doing these days, I think. But DVDs were movies that had extra content, bonus features. And the movie was probably available everywhere, right? But what wasn't available was the content that fans would love. So I'll give you an example. My favorite box set is my Godfather collection, right? And on there, you've got the 3 films, which are available everywhere. But what you don't get are the behind the scenes, the director's cut, the interviews with De Niro, Pacino, and the other cast, and the directors, etc. So I thought, what if artists could actually show themselves? Why do they deserve to be stars? What makes them special? How can they connect with an audience before they become a star? Because if you notice, if you look at the industry, you've got the talent before they're discovered, and then you got them becoming stars. And in between, there's a huge gray area where they are actually changed, they're transformed, their actual original vibe is completely washed away because of the execs. And they're like, oh no, you should be like this, your sound should be like that. That's why all the music ends up sounding the same these days, right? And everyone's got similar
products, isn't it? They become a product.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what we're saying is, right, so what artists can do is they can create short run products, so maximum of 100, 200, maybe 300, but they're in complete control of the volume, the price, and the content. So it's their thing, right? We're just giving them the platform to release. What they then do is create the content. So it could be a friend interviewing them. It could be them having a jamming session in the band, in the studio with a band, spitting fire in the booth, walking the dog. I don't know, whatever they think that their fans would love, and really just show their personality. So it's videos, photography, lyrics, if it's lyrics in the song, and then the music obviously itself. And the music doesn't have to be exclusive. We want them to put music everywhere. In fact, when they create a profile on Soundrig, we allow them to put their links to the other platforms, so people can come to Soundrig, see them their streams on Spotify, SoundCloud, download their iTunes if they want, go to their YouTube, connect with them. And if they fall in love with them, what they then can do is buy one of these exclusive one of 200 tunes that have content on there that is not on social media, is not anywhere. And then what that does is once they sell those, they get the money immediately, right? Like I said, after 2-3 minutes, it's in their wallet. So what that does is that gives them the funds they need today to be able to go and get recording time in a studio, to put into their marketing, to put food on the table, and they do this again and again and again. So what that allows them to is stay true to themselves and their image and their flavor, and get it out to the world. And we will help them do that on a global basis. And what we want Soundrig to become is basically a melting pot of music, which is all languages, all cultures, all in one place. So if you came and wanted to find a musician in your city that you can help support in their career, bang, yeah, you search it up, search it by language, search it by genre of music, whatever, and then you'll find artists that maybe you haven't discovered or seen before, and then you fall in love with them. And then what also happens is, because of the NFT nature of the product,
you're passionate about this.
Absolutely, because we need to level them up. Yeah, I know. Maybe I'll get excited a bit.
You know what I'm getting, if I may interject just briefly, is that what this platform is, it gives it's a niche market, but also it gives them exclusivity. It places them in a certain position. So it's almost like you've brought everything together on this platform, and to be getting paid, you know, within a split second. That's also, you know, you're ticking all the boxes with this platform. So sorry, go ahead, because I know that you were just.
No, I'm glad you did that. It gave me a bit of a break to calm down a second. So yeah, anyway, that's the vision. So to make a platform where artists from all over the world. So if I'll give you an example, we have some artists in Kakuma refugee camp in Kenya. 250,000 people live there. Most of the kids grew up there or were born there, came from Sudan and other places where there's been conflict. And I will send you some links so you can share with the people, with your viewers. And, you know, with what they've done, and you'll be shocked to see actually, what they've done with what little they have. Just imagine what they can do with the support, right? And being able to get the money straight away, put it to work. We're sending equipment to them to create a studio in the refugee camp. So because they don't have professional studio. In fact, what happened was they were making music for a couple of years, and the person who had managed to source a laptop from there, a camera from there, he made enough money to get out of the refugee camp. So fortunately for him, he done really well. Now he's making music videos for artists in Nairobi. But what that did was it left a huge vacuum in the refugee camp, and they haven't been able to make any new music, I think, in the last year. So they're like really crying out for this opportunity. And so we're helping them, and we want to do the same with like every community in the world. And so what we're saying is the platform is there. Come and say hello, apply online. It's completely free. We don't charge anything up front. The way Soundrig pays for itself is a split on the sales. So one thing that we thought was, how can we give the maximum to artists, but have enough for ourselves to sustain the platform and keep going, right? So we're like, okay, easy, 80-20 split. 80% goes to the artist, 20% goes to the platform. That's unheard of in the industry, because normally it's like a 80-20 split the other way, right? The artists only get 20-30% if they're lucky. So now they're getting the lion's share. And then I went further. I was like, okay, I can't be everywhere in the world. I don't know every neighborhood or every community. I don't know where the talent is, right? So there's an opportunity there for people to help, because like I said, the musicians, most of them just want to make music. They don't really care about the tech. They don't want to do the marketing even. But there are people who maybe want to be in the industry, but are not musicians, like myself, basically. So the opportunity lies where they can get a cut of the revenue. And we said they should have 10%, right? But they do the management. So what we've created is an agent manager opportunity, and is agent first and foremost as a talent scout. So they're finding the talent and onboarding them to Soundrig. We teach them. I'm personally doing it on a one-to-one basis, teaching these agent managers that we've got at the moment in the refugee camp. We've got in Poland, we've got in Spain, we've got in India. Like, I'm working with a few people. Now it's up to the artists to get their skates on and get it going, right? So
delivered,
exactly. But I mean, that kind of takes it splits the serious people who are serious about music career to the people who are just doing it as a vanity project, basically. So this is a good test for them. But yeah, so these agent managers onboard them, and then they help them with the whole crypto side of things. And again, the artists don't have to bother with that. It gets taken care of for them, but they still end up making 70%, which is still the lion's share. And that's the minimum they'll ever make. We've thought about going into record labels, and we're open for ethical labels to come. We know that labels normally want to make the lion's share. So we're not like holding our breath on this, but if there are ethical labels, what we're saying is, remember, the lion's share is the majority, right? So 60% would be the absolute minimum of the lion's share. So what we're saying to record labels is, look, if you are really caring about your artists, why don't you come, bring your art, all of them, to us? You can make 20%, but you've got 50 artists on your books. You can make 20% times 50. There's no need to be greedy. You don't need to be greedy, right? Just let them make what they deserve, because they're the ones creating the music, not you. You're just giving them access to the market. And for me, it doesn't justify having 70% of the cut of that. So we're saying
it's changed though to reference that now. You know, once upon a time, that's what the industry was like, but now artists are taking back control.
Exactly. And we're more happy for that. And that's what we're saying, that Soundrig should be one of the arrows in your quiver. We don't want our Soundrig to be the end where you come. No, it needs to be one of your revenue streams amongst the whole spectrum that's on the music industry, right? And that's basically it. So it's all about leveraging them up.
Brilliant. Like I said, you can tell that you're passionate about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a win-win situation for everyone. And you know, there's so many things in that. So it's a win-win situation for everyone. It gives artists access to a huge platform where they can leverage themselves, visibility, accountability, and all those things, and get paid something decent for their work, which would inspire them to build, and it gives them the finances to build out rather than to struggle. To put food on the table.
Esther, you know me, I'm big on win-win-wins. That's my thing, right?
I know that.
Yeah, I mean, with our other work, with the social impact stuff, this is why I came and joined that community, right, with the Her Story Impact Fund, is because Soundrig is a for-profit social enterprise. So our focus is on return on investment, is not monetary, or is 50% of it is monetary. The other 50% is how much impact we can make, and that is a return on investment, right? So the efforts we put in need to bring back the impact we make. So that's why I keep saying it's not about the big artists. I mean, like, I'm not stupid. If Rihanna was to come and say, I want to be on Soundrig, I want to be on Soundrig.
I'm sure you think about it.
I would be like, yeah, come along. Yeah.
Somebody like Rihanna, she really holds her own. So I feel she would buy into the ethos of your platform anyway.
Yeah, Rihanna, if you're looking, we need your help. Yeah, so we would be stupid in that sense, but we also know that there's lots of red tape and bureaucracy tied to deals, especially with big stars and their labels. So we don't want to get involved in that mess. We'd rather just help the artists before they're getting out there. And actually, we're saying go get the deals, but be educated about it, right? So we want to help them to realize that what the contract you're signing is not about the money, and you shouldn't expect to have everything today. Like go through the roles and roll with the punches to get the experience.
And it's not
exactly. Yeah. Brilliant. So that's a big part of it, and that's what we're saying. Use Soundrig, use it to the best of your abilities. It's absolutely free. And once you get some paper, in your pocket, you can then start going and increasing your outreach and improving your sound and connecting with bigger studios, like producers and stuff, and actually then go for the deal. But they go to the deal with the knowledge that you're not going to get done over, right?
Yeah.
And look out for the 360 deals that they're getting people tied into, stuff like that. So people don't look at that. They just look at the money and the fame side of it, but that is actually more detrimental to your long-term career. So do you want to be a musician for your life? Or do you want to just do it for the next 2 years and make some paper and then what?
Business. And I remember that because I interview a lot of legends and pioneers, and they always talk about know the business as well, because of people from Motown and Philadelphia, all these old school artists, but they always say know the business. Well,
Yeah.
Sonny, it's been a real pleasure. So, what is the platform? Where can they go to get onto this platform?
Yeah, so the platform is live and we're selling music now. It's on soundrig.io. I think you're going to show it to everyone. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
And also, I just want to take this opportunity to say to everyone that we do have a crowdfunding campaign on now on Indiegogo. This is really to scale up the project. Everything is being done by myself and there's only one of me, so I can only do so much. And I want to be able to help more and more artists. So we need to take it from this first phase to make it go truly global. And that means going on mobile, right? So if a lot of people in the world, especially in developing nations, they don't have laptops, but they have smartphones, which is weird, but it's the way it works. So what we want to do is take Soundrig mobile and international, and we really need these funds to help develop the technology to do that. So even if you can't afford it, I understand money is like tight for everyone right now as what's happening in the world. So just spread it on the socials, get it out there. If you're a music artist, just a small amount is a numbers game, really. It's about volume. So if everyone comes together and just chips in a little bit, we will get to that target. If you can't afford it, absolutely fine. I completely understand. Just get it out there on the socials, but mainly go to Soundrig, apply there if you're an artist, and get on the platform and get your music out there. Absolutely.
Yeah. Brilliant. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've been talking to Sonny Basra, and I've said it many times, but you can just feel this man's passion, and it's not just about what he's doing with Soundrig. It's just what he does generally, because he's worked with me on something, and he's always been also very I like the way your mind works. It's very business minded, but you're an ideas man as well. Concepts, ideas.
But it's got to come from the heart, right?
Absolutely. So wish you all the best, and we'll get this out. We'll push this out. So thank you very much, Sonny, and ladies and gentlemen, do support the cause. Because this is changing. This is all changing lives, changing how the world operates, and we've got to do that all together.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you. Frames worn by Esther Austin on the show today are sponsored by Run It First.